Disclaimer. This video is for informational purposes only and does not constitute financial, investment, or security advice. Always do your own research and consult a professional before making any financial decisions. Crypto investments carry risks, including loss of capital.
All right, buckle up, everyone. We're diving deep into the crypto world today.
Sounds like a wild ride.
You got that right. Lots to unpack. We've got major market moves, the whole regulatory landscape is shifting, and of course, that volatility just keeps things interesting, you know?
Never a dull moment in crypto.
Definitely not. So to get the full picture, we're going to be looking at reports from Reuters, MarketWatch, Barron's.
Some of the heavy hitters.
Oh, yeah. PYM and TS, too. And we got that fresh market data from Binance and Kitco, so we're really covering all the bases here.
Sounds like we're well equipped for this deep dive then.
Absolutely. So let's jump right in. First up, Argentina. President Milei and that Libra token he was promoting, remember that?
Yes.
Well, right after his endorsement, boom, $99 million pulled out. What's going on there?
Yeah, that's definitely raising some eyebrows. Could be a classic rug pull situation, you know.
A rug pull?
Yeah, basically a project gets hyped up, attracts investors, and then, poof, the creators disappear with all the funds.
So not just people losing faith, but a potential, deliberate scheme. Wow, that seems pretty bold, even for crypto.
It is, and with a political figure involved, it adds a whole other layer of complexity. Could impact investor confidence, not just in crypto, but in Argentina as a whole.
Yeah, that makes sense. Miley's credibility could take a real hit, too. Okay, let's shift gears a bit. We've got Strategy, formerly MicroStrategy.
Yep.
They just raised a massive $2 billion to buy even more Bitcoin.
Wow, they are all in.
They are, but at the same time, they're announcing some pretty big workforce reductions. How do we square those two things?
It's a bit of a head-scratcher, isn't it? On one hand, doubling down on Bitcoin. On the other hand, letting go of employees.
Yeah.
Could be financial pressures, maybe, or a strategic move to streamline and go all in on Bitcoin.
So maybe a bit of both. What do you think this means for other companies watching this? Will it encourage them to follow suit or make them more cautious?
It's hard to say. Strategy has always been a bit of a trailblazer in this area, but we are seeing more and more companies, especially in tech and finance, dipping their toes into the Bitcoin waters.
Yeah, dipping their toes. Okay, let's move on to some, more positive news. XRP has been on a tear lately. Over a 5% surge, up to $2.71.
And the reason? Well, it looks like Brazil might be close to approving the world's first XRP spot ETF.
That's a big one. A spot ETF. That would be huge for XRP and for the whole crypto market, really.
Right. For those who may not be familiar, remind us what an ETF is and why this is such a big deal.
Sure. ETF stands for Exchange Traded Fund. It basically lets you invest in a basket of assets, in this case XRP, without directly owning the cryptocurrency itself. Makes it much more accessible for investors.
So this could be a real game changer in terms of mainstream acceptance. Why Brazil, though? What's driving this potential approval there?
Well, Brazil's been pretty forward-thinking when it comes to crypto regulation. They see the potential,
Yeah.
And this ETF approval, it could send a strong signal to the rest of the world that, hey, crypto is becoming more legitimate, more investable.
Yeah, legitimacy is key. Now, switching gears again, there's been a lot of buzz about the SEC's decision to disband its crypto fraud unit. They're forming a new team focused on cyber-related misconduct more broadly. What's behind this shift?
It sparked a lot of debate. Some say it's a sign that the SEC is moving away from, specifically targeting crypto and taking a broader approach to digital asset regulation.
So less about going after crypto and more about, addressing the bigger picture of cybercrime.
Right. Could also mean they're prioritizing the kind of cybercrime that goes beyond specific asset classes.
Interesting. Guess we'll have to wait and see how this plays out. Okay, we can't talk crypto without talking Bitcoin. It's been on that roller coaster ride lately,
Yeah.
Trading at around $97,730, but with some pretty big swings within the day. What's fueling all that volatility?
Well, you've got the usual suspects. Market sentiment, swinging back and forth, macroeconomic worries, and of course, all the regulatory uncertainty we just talked about. But there's also this growing idea of Bitcoin as a hedge against inflation.
So Bitcoin, notoriously volatile, but also maybe a safe haven asset? That seems kind of contradictory.
Yeah, it's complex. Bitcoin is still a relatively new asset class, right? People are still trying to figure out its true value, its role in the grand scheme of things.
Makes sense. There are always so many twists and turns with crypto.
Back again for more crypto talk.
You know it. Feels like we're just getting started, though, you know?
Well, that's crypto for you. Always something new popping up, always something unexpected.
True that. So let's look ahead. What's next for all this? Any bold predictions from those crypto gurus out there?
Oh, there's no shortage of those. You've got the perma bulls.
To the moon crow.
Exactly. Bitcoin's going to hit $1 million any day now, they say.
Yeah.
And then you've got the opposite, predicting a total crash and burn.
So always those extremes. But beyond the price predictions, what about some of the bigger trends? Anything that gives us a clue about where this is all headed?
Definitely. One thing that's really gaining momentum is decentralized finance. DeFi, they call it.
DeFi. Okay, I'm intrigued. What's that all about?
Basically, it's like a parallel financial system built on blockchain that tries to cut out those traditional middlemen, like banks. It's all about giving people more control over their own money.
Interesting. So less Wall Street, more like people power.
That's the idea. More transparency, more accessibility.
I can see the appeal. But how does it actually work in practice? What are some real-world examples of DeFi?
Think about lending and borrowing. You need a loan, but you don't want to deal with the whole bank rigmarole, right?
Yeah.
With DeFi, you can connect directly with lenders on these decentralized platforms. Often to get better rates that way, too.
So like peer-to-peer lending, but with blockchain tech as the backbone. That's pretty cool. Could be a game changer for people who don't have easy access to traditional banking.
Yeah.
But what about the risks? Is DeFi as risky as other parts of the crypto world?
It's important to remember DeFi is still pretty new, still experimental. There are definitely risks involved. Smart contracts, which are like the foundation of DeFi, they can be vulnerable to bugs, exploits, And like any investment, there's always the risk of, volatility.
So proceed with caution, but don't ignore the potential.
Got it. What else is on your radar? What other trends are worth watching?
Well, we're seeing more and more businesses starting to accept crypto as payment. Online and in brick-and-mortar stores, too.
Wait, seriously? Like, I could buy my groceries with Bitcoin.
It's happening. And with stablecoins becoming more popular, which, they're pegged to the value of fiat currencies, the whole volatility issue is becoming less of a concern for merchants.
Stablecoins, that's smart. The crypto world is never short on innovation. What else is out there on the cutting edge? Another big one is the metaverse. Those persistent, shared virtual worlds, they're gaining a lot of traction. Crypto and NFTs are playing a big role there. Enabling the creation and ownership of digital assets within those virtual spaces.
So I could buy virtual real estate or like digital art using crypto. It's like the internet, but on a whole other level.
Yeah, exactly. The lines between the physical and digital are getting blurry, and crypto is driving that.
It's mind-blowing when you think about where all of this could lead. From DeFi to the metaverse, it feels like crypto is everywhere.
It's a huge shift. We're not just talking about a new technology here. It's a whole new way of thinking about finance, value, even society.
And that brings us to the big question, right? What does all of this mean for the world? The good, the bad, the whole shebang?
Well, that's a question we'll be tackling in the final part of our deep dive.
Welcome back, everyone. It's time for the final leg of our crypto journey.
We've covered a lot of ground. Markets, trends, even the metaverse.
We did. But now, the big question, what does it all mean? This rise of crypto, what does it really mean for the world?
Yeah, it's not just about, buying and selling digital tokens anymore.
Right. It feels much bigger than that.
It is. It's about like a fundamental shift. How we think about money, about power, about control, all of it.
A whole new financial system, potentially?
Exactly. One that operates outside of those traditional structures.
That's what makes this so fascinating and honestly a little bit daunting, too.
Right. We're talking about a real technological revolution happening right now.
So let's break it down. What are the potential upsides? What's the best case scenario here with this crypto revolution?
Well, you hear a lot about democratizing finance, empowering individuals.
Right. Giving everyone a chance to participate.
Exactly. Creating a more inclusive system, removing those gatekeepers, the banks, the governments.
A world where anyone, anywhere, can join the global economy. That's a pretty powerful idea.
It is. And it resonates with a lot of people, especially those who feel left out by the current system.
Of course, there are always two sides to every story. What about the downsides, the risks? What do we need to be cautious about?
Well, one big concern is illicit activities. Crypto transactions, they can be anonymous.
Hard to track.
Right, which makes them attractive for, money laundering, tax evasion, even funding for criminal organizations.
Anonymity, it's a double-edged sword, right?
Yeah.
Privacy and freedom, but also opportunities for those with bad intentions.
Exactly. And then there's volatility. That's a big one. Crypto prices can swing wildly, making it a risky investment.
And potentially a threat to financial stability as a whole if it becomes more widespread.
Right. And we can't forget the environmental impact. Some cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin especially, they require a lot of energy to mine, raises concerns about their carbon footprint.
So all these potential benefits, but all these concerns too. How do we balance all of this?
That's the question, isn't it? There's no easy answer. It requires careful thought, careful regulation, open dialogue.
Policymakers, industry leaders, the public, everyone needs to be involved.
Absolutely. It's about finding that balance where we can harness the power of this tech for good without sacrificing stability, security, all of those important things.
This has been a real eye-opener, this deep dive. So much potential, but also so much to consider.
Yeah, crypto is definitely not a simple topic.
Yeah.
But it's one we all need to be thinking about. The future of finance, maybe even the future of society, it's being shaped right now.
I think that's a great point to end on. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on this exploration of the crypto world.
It's been a pleasure.
We've covered a lot of ground, but remember, this is just the beginning. The crypto world is always changing.
Always evolving.
So keep exploring, keep learning, keep challenging your assumptions.
That's the spirit.
As we navigate this uncharted territory, let's do it with curiosity, with critical thinking, and with a commitment to building a better future for everyone.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
That's a wrap on our crypto deep dive. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and stay engaged.
If this video helped, hit the like button, subscribe for more crypto content, and I'll see you in the next one.